Okay. How do I share this stream? Let me see. Let me go look on my page. Okay, here I am. Okay. 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 I think one person joined, or maybe that is myself. Let me add a comment right here. Here's an link. Let me send out this. Okay. Hey, girl, I'm having issues with my live stream. Hey, sis, how are you? Oh, hey guys. Okay, I'm going to send out, I had struggles with my live stream, so the other link is not working. So I'm going to send out a quick email. Hey, everyone, so that everyone can join me on this video. Hey guys, yay! Okay, I'm gonna send out a really quick email to everyone to let them know that this is the new link for the live stream. I'm sorry guys about the technical difficulties, but thank you so much for your patience. Okay, give me 1 second. How's everyone's day? How's everybody doing? Hey Danielle, aw. Hey, Spiritual Freedom, what is your name? Where are you guys from? Super excited for today's live stream. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. This is my first time doing this. Technical difficulties. Hey, Sue, where are you from? Okay, I'm going to send out a quick message and then I'm going to get started, guys. And I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes that authors make. Super important. Okay, updated link for the live stream. I'm sending out this quick email, guys. Okay. I'm trying to multitask here. From Virginia, Ohio. Hey, guys. We have Ohio in the house, Virginia in the house. Okay, updated link to live stream again. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I'm just sending out this really quick email so that everyone can meet me right here. Okay. We're going to get started in a second. Okay. So I'm sending that out. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to wait for more people to join in. We have 5 members that are currently joining us. I'm going to wait a couple minutes, but I want to know, okay, Chicago, Florida, you guys are from all over. I want to know what you guys are working on currently. Do we have authors in the house? Do we have bloggers in the house, poets? What are you working on? What type of writing are you doing? I kind of want to just get a feel of who we're working with today. And we'll wait just a couple of minutes to see if anybody else wants to join. All right. So what do you guys love to write? I want to know where my authors are at, my writers, my poets, my bloggers. And we're going to wait a couple minutes while everyone else joins. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Thank you again for your patience. Currently writing a Christian fiction novel. Yes, I love that. I feel like we need more Christian fiction novels. That is so unique. But can y'all hear me good? Do you see me good? Let me know if there's, trouble with my audio or connection or anything like that. I am an author and I've been struggling with putting my notes into a book. My question is, I believe your name's Sue. What do you feel like is causing you to struggle? Is it fear? Or do you just feel like not qualified to write a book? What do you feel like is causing that struggle for you? Okay, Danielle says, yes, she writes blogs. Y'all check out her blog. Y'all can leave your blog links below for people to check it out. And she's currently writing a devotional and in the process of publishing a book. Okay, good. I'm glad y'all see me and hear me good. Okay, give me 1 second. And today's video is not going to be super long, but I encourage you to stay till the end, guys, because I'm going to give you a bonus reason of something that a lot of authors make the mistake of when they first decide to publish and put themselves out there. So you're looking for a blueprint to follow. Well, we can read other writers. A lot of reading helps to encourage me as a writer, so we can read other writers for inspiration, but I feel like there's no blueprint. So it's kind of just like building the confidence in yourself as a writer and being okay with being unique, being okay with, being different, being creative. There's not really a specific blueprint to follow, but I do recommend creating an outline. So if you find it hard to organize your thoughts, kind of ask yourself, what is the main focus of your book, of what you're writing? Is there a common theme or a common thread? And create an outline that you can use to organize your thoughts and develop from there. So that's what my recommendation would be for that. Give me 1 second, guys. We're just going to wait probably 5 more minutes to see if anyone else joins, and then we'll get started, okay? So give it 5 more minutes. Okay, guys. Victoria is a blogger and spoken word artist. Yes, she is doing her thing. She is building her blog, working on her poetry book. She is doing it. So awesome. Okay, guys. So I want to know, what are your writing goals for the rest of this year? Like, this year is literally like halfway done. I can't believe it. But I know some of you guys have goals for January, or you have goals that you want to accomplish before 2020. So what are your goals and how are you working towards that? Let me know. Okay. Give me 1 second. What are your goals and how are you working towards that for 2020? Okay, that's good, Sue. That's a good place to start. Knowing your target audience, knowing your demographic, and who you're speaking to is a good place to start, because it'll help you to craft your message specifically to that type of audience. So kind of think of ways and do research on what does your demographic or your target audience struggle with? What are their questions? What are some things that they need help with, so that'll give you ideas for developing your book and getting ideas for what you should include in your outline and what you should address depending on, that target audience. But I think that it's a great start that you know what your target audience is. That's awesome. Okay. Give me 1 second. So let me figure out how to, okay. I'm just trying to figure out how to embed this, guys, for the people who have the other link so that they're able to view the video. And let me save that. Okay. Okay, good. I think it's up. Okay, great. So now we can get started. Okay, guys. So, okay, let me answer the questions first and then we'll get started. Lucy Fire, I want to get a book published and possibly attend a writer's retreat. Girl, come on over. We got a lot of writer's retreats for you to attend. Today, we actually just announced a retreat that we're having in DC. Washington, D.C. So check it out. Check out our website at thewritersretreat.com. And also, we still have like 3 positions left for the Writers Healing Retreat that is taking place in Tampa. So we would love to have you there. But if you need help with publishing and all that stuff, we do provide publishing services as well. So just shoot us an email. I'll write it down. info@thewritersretreat.com is our email. Danielle is actually one of our authors that we're working with now, who she's publishing through our company. But this is our email, and we do coaching and all of that good stuff. Amber's goal is to get the book polished and published. I love that. That needs to be like a t-shirt. You have a thing for t-shirts, Amber. You always come up with like those sayings and those quotes and stuff. Polished and published. Yes, that is a goal for sure. Okay, guys. So we're going to get started up in here. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about that is a mistake that new authors make that I do not want you guys to make, and I'll tell you why. And a lot of you guys may already know this because I see a lot of familiar names here. So some of you guys have worked with me. Some of you guys have been to my retreat. So I've probably told you this one before. But when you are getting your ISBN number, which is the identification number for your book, okay, you want to make sure that you pay for the universal ISBN. Don't settle for the free ISBN. Make sure that you pay for the universal ISBN. I know when they had CreateSpace used to give free ISBNs. And then now everything is on KDP, and I still believe that they give free ISBNs, but you want to go for the universal ISBN. And the reason is this, okay? If you are someone who has goals to be in the bookstores, you have goals to have your book sold internationally, you just got goals for your book. The bookstores and all those different places it's like your book doesn't even exist if it doesn't have a universal ISBN. So when you have a universal ISBN, no matter who pulls up that ISBN, all the information of your book is connected to that. So it'll tell the amount of sales, the publisher, the name of the author, all that information will be connected to your ISBN. So it's really important that you get the universal one, because if you have the free ISBN and you try to get into Barnes & Noble or one of those places, they're already going to see that you are probably a self-published author, and they're not going to take you that seriously. So go to this website. I'm going to type it in for you guys. It's myidentifiers.com, and check it out, and you can purchase one ISBN. I think it's $125, or if you know you're going to write a lot of books and you just want to get it out the way, they have a deal for you to purchase it in bulk. Okay, so that is my number one first tip that authors make as a mistake. A lot of times when you're a first-time author, you kind of just want to get your book out there the cheapest way possible. You don't want to spend money, so you keep trying to cut corners to find how you can save. This is not one of the ways that you want to cut corners. Okay, guys, so that's my first tip. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that. Sue said, I want to accomplish a good book that will help people overcome their blocks that keep them stuck in life. Amen. Amen. I love that you already know the purpose and the message. Girl, you better write that book. You already know your target audience. You already know your message, the purpose behind what you want to do. Like, Just get past that fear, get past, worrying about what people are going to think, and just go forth and just do it, girl. Just write it. So that was my first tip, guys. So now let's go on to number 2. It's so important, but a lot of authors make this mistake. And if I can be honest, this is something that I've done in the past. So I'm sharing with you guys what I've learned from my own past experience and my own past mistakes. Hey to all the new people joining. I see we have a couple new people joining. We're talking about 5 mistakes that authors make. We talked about the first mistake was not purchasing a universal ISBN and just going with a free one. The second mistake that I'm about to mention that is very common, especially when you are self-publishing, okay? When you're going down the self-publishing route, is not getting the proper editing done for your book. Guys. This is so important, okay? And when I say editing, I'm saying like really go in deep and do several rounds of editing. One round of editing by one editor is not enough anymore. Do we still have Danielle on here? Danielle, tell them how much editing, like she was getting a headache, but tell them how much editing we went through with your book before we finally finished it and said, okay, we're good. We probably did like at least 3 or 4 rounds of editing, okay? So you want to start off with at least a developmental edit, okay? This is really going to help expand your ideas, help you to go in deeper, bring clarity. You see, Danielle said, y'all, the editing process was awesome, but many rounds. So I don't play about that. Okay, when you are working with me, we have to go through like at least 3 rounds of editing. So developmental editing, you want to go through basic editing, line editing for grammar, spelling, mechanics, making sure that you're using scripture properly, recommendations for the right word choice. And you want to also go through a proofreading round. So proofreading is just making sure, everything is clean, ready for print, no final last mistakes or spelling errors. It's super important. And if it's your first, second, third time writing a book, you probably will find, when you publish your book, you're going to find like a couple errors and you're going to be like, dang, like I missed that one. And that is why I recommend using a couple editors. Some people disagree with this. Some people say that you should just use one person. But when you use one person, a lot of times if they didn't get it the first time, they're not going to get it the second time. When you get so used to reading a manuscript, sometimes you just skip over the mistakes because you're so used to reading it. And it's kind of like you memorize it how you read it before. So when I do editing, my developmental editor, my line editor, and my proofreader are usually always different to kind of give a different eye to look at it because people edit it from different perspectives. Okay, we have some questions here. Do you use the same ISBN for all your books, or do you have to get a new one for each book? Thank you, Takandra, for answering that question. Yes, it's a new one for each book, and it may even be the same book but a different format, and it's a new one for the different formats. So if you have a soft cover version of your book, there's an ISBN number for that. And then if you have a hardcover version of your book, there's also an ISBN number that you want to get for that. And usually for ebooks, an ISBN number is it's not required for an ebook, but they have something called an ASIN number. So that's different, but it's like an electronic ISBN number. So yeah, you do have a different ISBN number for all different types. So that's my number 2 tip, is to make sure that you go through the proper editing process. Don't skip on this, and don't make the mistake of just using one editor or going through one round of editing. Go through several rounds of editing and at least have 2 different people look at your manuscript at some point in time. Okay, guys? So that is my second tip. Let me know if you have any questions about that, any questions about editing, as I get ready to go on to the third tip that I'm going to share today. Okay, let me know if y'all have any questions. All righty. Okay, so Third tip, guys, this is very important, especially if you are someone who is talking about sensitive topics in your book. You are someone who is sharing your testimony with the world. Your book may be very vulnerable and personal. You do not want to make the mistake of defaming anyone or tearing down anyone's character in your book for the simple fact that it's illegal and you do not want to get in trouble. Now, if this is your issue, like if this is something that you're specifically dealing with and you kind of need to be navigated through the process, I recommend two different things. Actually, I can recommend several things. This is one of the reasons that I'm having the Writers Healing Retreat, because a lot of people who are coming to the Healing Retreat are talking about their personal testimonies. So literally we can work one-on-one on your book, on your paragraphs, on down to the exact words that you're using and sentences that you're using, and make sure it's crafted in a way that's not going to get you in trouble. Some people change names. Some people use disclaimers. So that's a good thing that you can do as well. You can put disclaimers in your book. Another thing is I provide online coaching. So even if you're not able to attend a retreat, sign up for a 30-minute, coaching. It's on our website, thewritersretreat.com. Let's go over your manuscript. Let's go over that specific chapter that you're kind of iffy about, that you're like, I'm not sure if I should say this person's name. I'm not sure if this is how I should tell my story. And we will go in together, word by word and work on it. But that doesn't mean that you can't share your story and you can't share your truth. Share what happened to you. Share your truth, but share it in a way that is still respectful and all that good stuff. So that is kind of a touchy subject. And some people will publish a book without getting true guidance or help in that area, and they'll get sued for libel and they'll get all this trouble. So I don't want that happening to you guys. So that's one of the third mistakes the third mistake that new authors make. Okay, guys. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 mistake that you do not want to make. And this is very important. I don't think people really think too much into this or too deeply about it. When you are a new author, it's kind of like you have, the lights in your eyes and you just have a dream of having your book in your hands and a dream of getting published. But even though it's more so like a dream, it is real life. It is a business. You are investing a lot in it. So be very prayerful and do research about your publisher, okay? Don't just accept the first publisher that, wants to work with you, or don't just go with the first person who considers you. A lot of publishers have different backgrounds. A lot of publishers have different focuses of the types of subjects that they like to talk about. So you kind of want to look at a publisher, see what they're all about. What type of work do they publish? Will your work be a good representation amongst the other works that they've already published? Look at their track record. What other authors has that publisher published? Does that publisher really help their authors with marketing? You kind of just want to do some research and just not rush into a relationship or a contract-based relationship without being prayerful and considering all these things, because every single publisher is different, whether small, whether big. Every single publisher is different. They have a different focus, and you'll be more successful when you're actually in the place that God wants you to be, if that makes sense. So let me know if you guys have any questions about the first 4 things that I mentioned. Some people just joined. So for those of you guys who just joined, we're talking about 5 mistakes that new authors make. Number 1, not purchasing a universal ISBN, but just settling for the free ISBN. Number 2, not going through a thorough enough publishing process, editing process, or not having enough people look over your manuscript for editing. Number 3, using defamatory statements or tearing down someone's character in your book can get you into legal trouble. Number 4, going with just any publisher without doing the proper research, without being prayerful about it. And then we're going to get to number 5. And for those of you guys who have been on here this long, I'm going to share the bonus with y'all. Number 5 is, okay, buying too many books for the book launch on your first book. So I've seen where authors are so excited for the book launch, they're so excited to be an author, and they place an order for like 500 or 1,000 books. And it's like, you're not sure yet how the book is going to do. You're not sure yet how much people are going to purchase it. You don't have to, in this industry now, most places are print on demand, meaning that if someone wants the book, they can go on Amazon, they'll purchase it, and then it'll be printed and sent out to them. So you don't have to put yourself in a position of putting all your money out there up front and buying 500 or 1,000 books because you're like chasing this fantasy. You know, it is possible to be a best-selling author. It is possible to sell that much books, but you kind of want to test the waters first. And then after you test the waters, okay, you can place another order. You know, when people are buying, then you place another order. I recommend starting with between 50 to 150 books for your launch. If you want to have it on hand, if you're having a book launch party, 50 to 150, not 500, not 250, not 1,000. Unless you have that, I don't know, certain type of following, like thousands of people that you're pretty sure are going to purchase it. But it can lead to post-publishing depression, if I can be honest. And this is something that I started talking about recently. I coined this phrase. You know how some mothers, they have a baby, they push the baby out there, and they have postpartum depression. And now they're trying to learn how to adjust to life as a new mom. And then they had all these expectations. So they're trying to adjust. It's like an author. You push out this baby, you have all these expectations. You set it so high, and then things don't turn out how you expected it to turn out. And then you're like, I'm depressed, don't want to write another book. Like, this is not what I expected. Do not be discouraged just because things don't go as you expect. If God used you to touch one person, then that could change generations. That can change someone's life. But also in that, use wisdom. Don't be the author that was just so excited that, you know, you bought 500 books and now the 500 books are sitting in your closet taking up dust, okay? That's a waste of money. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. One of my tips is to do pre-orders first. When you do pre-orders, it's a strategic way to promote your book, to market your book. But with the pre-orders, you'll kind of have an idea of the amount of people that are purchasing your book every day. Pre-orders is also a really great marketing strategy to use for your launch. So if you, have an upcoming book launch or anything like that, if you didn't do pre-orders for your first book launch, do pre-orders. Try it and see how you like it. I think it makes a really big difference in marketing your book. One of my best-selling books, The One Revealed, I believe that one of the reasons why it was so successful is because I had a marketing strategy and I did pre-orders, okay? So we have some questions. I'm going to get to the questions, but that is how it leads into the number 6, the bonus, okay? The bonus that I want to give you guys today is one of the biggest mistakes that authors make when publishing the first time is you fail to market your book. You fail to come up with a marketing strategy, or you don't even put any effort into your book cover. You just slap any font, slap any picture. It doesn't even have good quality. Slap anything on there and make a book cover, and you just put it out there. Like, everything is visual, okay? Your book cover is important, and you also have to visually be presenting your message, talking about your book, like preparing people for your launch and thereafter. So you want to have a strategic marketing strategy in place. Too many times have I seen authors, create a book. No one knew that they were writing a book. No one knew that anything was going on. And then the next day, it's like, the book is here, buy it. They're like, I didn't even know you were writing a book. What is the book about? That is not the time to tell people what your book is about. You want people to be in expectation of your book. You want them to get an idea of what your book is going to be about, to be looking forward to it before you even launch your book, so it can build up that anticipation. So they'll already decide in my mind, when this book comes out, I'm going to get it, so that when the book does come out, they don't have to think about it. They don't have to ask any questions. They already know, I've been looking forward to this book. I already know what it's about. I already know that I need it. So I need to purchase this book. Okay, guys, so that is so important, making sure that you're intentional about your title, you're intentional about your marketing strategy, and about your book cover. So I'm going to go to some questions right here. Victoria said, how do you find a print-on-demand shop? Okay, so sis, you don't have to find a print-on-demand shop. Like I said, most of the producers for books nowadays are print-on-demand companies. So for example, when you self-publish through KDP, which is an Amazon-owned company, your book is automatically added to their platform, and your book is automatically added to other distributors, like it might be on barnesandnoble.com and other different websites. It is automatic. You don't have to set anything up. Just by publishing through them, your book will be on Amazon. And when people go and purchase your book from Amazon, you don't have to call them and say, hey, people want to purchase, can I have 10 books in the store? You don't have to do that. They're going to receive the order and they're going to print it out for that person, print out your book and send it to them. So it's print on demand. As more people demand it, they will print it for who's demanding it and they'll ship it out to that person. How far in advance do you recommend marketing your book before publishing? I would say at least a month. There's not a specific time frame, because I know that some people may have launch dates. And if you have a really important launch date, but your publishing date is kind of getting close to your launch date, then you may not have time. But as much time as you can do it, I think it's important. But I would say 3 months to a month. I wouldn't promote too far in advance, because if you promote like 6 months in advance, by the time your book comes out, people already forgot about your book. You get what I'm saying? By the time your book comes out, people already moved on to the next thing, or they probably thought, is she even going to write this book? I think a sweet spot is like 3 months of promoting and prepping people, between like having 1 whole month of prepping people and promoting. Like a month to 3 months is a good time to do it. But 1 month, less than 1 month, is kind of like rushing it. You can still do it. You know, if you have a couple weeks, you can still do it. But at least a month. And if you can promote up to 3 months, then that's really good. You can really lay out a really good strategy. You can be going on interviews for radio stations. You can be doing so much. You can be sharing a book video trailer. You can be having conversations and webinars talking about founding your book. You can really like lay it out there and kind of prepare people for what is to come. Okay, when do you start pre-orders? So now pre-orders, I would start pre-orders a month and less. So a month to 2 weeks in advance. So kind of after you've been marketing. So if you started marketing 3 months early, when you get down to that 1 month mark, kind of like in advance, or at least 2 weeks in advance to putting your book out there, I would start pre-orders. So you can have pre-orders running for like a month in advance, 2 weeks in advance. I think that would be a really good time frame. Is the process for publishing an ebook different from a hard copy? The process is very similar, but the format is different. So when you format your manuscript for your hard copy, then you have to format a completely different manuscript for your ebook that is electronic. Okay, so the process is different in that sense. Any other questions, guys? Do you have any other questions? Let me know if y'all have any other questions about publishing. And I know we have some bloggers on here, so if you want to ask questions about blogging as well, feel free to do that. But yeah, I hope that you guys found these five ways helpful of the top mistakes that authors make. And the purpose of doing this webinars because I see so many authors making mistakes because they don't have that guidance. They don't have someone to kind of help them along the way to be able to answer their questions. And that's why I'm here as a writing coach. I'm here to help you. If you have questions, you don't have to figure it out all on your own. I've wrote and published 6 books of my own, and I've also helped dozens of many other authors to publish as well. So I am experienced in this industry. And let me see y'all's questions. I'm going to get to your questions in a second. I'm experienced in this industry, and I created a course, an online course with over 15 videos that show you step by step the process. So just because you're self-publishing doesn't mean that your book doesn't have to be quality. So in this course, it tells you probably over 30 ways of how to market your book. It tells you how to design book covers or where to find book cover designers, how to format the book on your own or where to find book formatters, all that good stuff. Like literally everything that you can think of, to how to find publishers, how to write book proposals, should you do publishing or self-publishing, is in this online course. Okay, so I'm going to put the link to the course so you can read more about it. I'm going to put it in the comment section. You guys give me 1 second. And you can just read up on it. We're giving a deal for the course. So it's really valued at much more. And when you take this course, actually you get 15% off of a writer's retreat. You get our Write, Publish, Sell kit. So it tells you all the ways to market your book and all that good stuff and so much more. So I'm going to put the link right here for you to check it out. It's only available for a limited time only, but definitely check it out. And I'm going to go to the questions now. How do you build your audience organically on your blog? Okay, so one of the things that I've been focusing on to build my blog is I've been trying to kind of steer away of just focusing on promoting my blog to like my social media followers or my family, because we've probably promoted to our family and our friends on social media hundreds and hundreds of times. So I'm trying to think like wider, think outside the box and reach people that are out in the world that never heard about me, that never heard about my story. And one of the ways I do that is I optimize my blog for the search engines. So I use SEO, I use different keywords so that Google or the different search engines are able to pick up this data from my blog, so that if someone, opens their computer, opens their laptop one day and is struggling with something that I talk about on my blog, when they type it in the browser, they'll see my blog come up on that first page. And that just organically drew someone to my blog who never knew about me before, but I'm solving a problem to an answer that they have. So that's one way that it's helped me to build organically, by really knowing who my target audience is, my target market is, and implementing those keywords. And also a mailing list. I think that people want to feel like they know you, or kind of like they have a relationship with you. So when you have a mailing list, it gives you an opportunity to really connect with the people who read your blog and to bring them back, because you don't want to keep always looking for someone new to read your blog. You want to build consistency where the people who read your blog last week are going to read it again next week and the next week. So instead of just always trying to focus on getting new people to come to my blog, I try to focus on how I can keep the current people that I have engaged and coming back. Okay, so I hope that was helpful in building my audience organically. Let me see. And also just responding to comments, responding to messages. I know that could be hard for me. Sometimes it can be overwhelming with the amount of messages and comments I receive. But people want to feel like they're heard. They want to feel like they have someone to talk to. So when you give them that time to respond to their comment, to respond to their message, then they feel like that connection and they feel valued. And that helps you to build a relationship with your audience organically as well. Okay. Amber said, thank you so much. This is very helpful. And yes, I love the tips on marketing. Do you help with that? yes, girl, whatever you need help with in relation to your writing journey, if you need help on marketing, social media marketing, a website, anything like that, we do provide coaching for those things. So literally, yeah, we can talk about that in our coaching. Okay, Lucy Fire, do you recommend having a blog or a website for your book before publishing? I don't think that you have to have a blog or a website for your book. You can, but I think you should have a blog or a website for you. I think that building a personal brand as an author is very important because people want to know the face or the person behind the story, and people want to be able to connect to you and relate to you. So you can build a website for your book, but people want to go deeper than just the book. They want to know who wrote this book. So I think that working on building your personal brand is really important, and just sharing who you are. And then on your website, you can have a product page, or you can have a page where you share all your products, because you may write more books. So if you build a website just for one book, what happens when you write a new book? Then do you have to build a new website? But the good thing of establishing a website or a blog for your personal brand is everything that flows out of you can be established on that one website, instead of having to create, so many different things. All right. No problem, sis. No problem, guys. I'm glad that I was able to do this live today. I hope that you found it helpful. If you guys have any more questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to contact me or email me at info@thewritersretreat.com. Like I said, we have a writers network. And I didn't even mention our writers network, but we have a writers network on network.thewritersretreat.com of over 400 women writers, where you can just connect, get encouragement, feedback, so many different resources. We do premium content Wednesdays, where every Wednesday I do a video teaching. We have coaching sessions available on our website. We have retreats. We have the online course that I shared with you guys, that you can purchase, so that you can really get the step-by-step know-how on how to publish your own book and market it. So there's so many resources at your fingertips. Like, there is no excuse why you should not be able to publish your book, start that blog, write that screenplay. There's literally no excuse, guys. You can do it, and it is possible. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. But let me know if you have any questions. Email me. I love you guys. Hope you have a good night. Bye.